What? It's good, guys. Sacoz back at it with another video, and in today's video I'm gonna be talking about the 3 best social medias for designers. As you guys know, social medias are mostly everything these days, and if you're not on them, it's probably hard to get clients without any website in the middle, just you and the client, and not any commissions, bad PayPals. So yeah, if you want to follow up with my work, you can follow me on Twitter. I post my best work on there, and on Instagram. I started posting on Instagram, so you can check that out. And yeah, join the Discord server. It's filled with cool people. I'm in there. If you want to spam me or anything, I'm free to do that. And yeah, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so for me, the best social media to get into and to get clients and to grow a following on, it's Twitter. Now, most influencers, most popular YouTubers use Twitter as, like updates or quotes or yeah, stuff like that. But as a designer, you want to use Twitter to show off your work and to get it to as many people as you can, and also to get clients using Twitter keyword research, which I've talked about so many times in my channel, but just hear me out. I promise this will be one of the last times I'm gonna do this. So basically with Twitter keyword research, you can go to the client, so it's basically like 99 designs, sorry. Or you basically go post a contest. It's not the same way, but when someone puts, hey, I'm looking for a logo for my business, and you look up looking for a logo on Twitter keyword research, that's gonna come up, so you can reply to that tweet if you don't have so much of a following. But if you have a large following, I would recommend you to DM them, and if there's no option to DM them, then just pass the client. But yeah, just reply to the tweet, maybe DM them or reply to them saying, hey, DM me, and that's how you get clients of Twitter. I made a whole video of this, so you can have that in the description below. But yeah, it's mostly that, because Twitter lets you go to the client. It has a research tool that I don't think Facebook or Instagram or anything has. So yeah, that's a pretty good way to get clients, and it's really hard to do so. It's really hard to get a following on Twitter, mostly because hashtags don't work as well as, for example, Instagram. But it's still an option, and I recommend for you not to grow a following on Twitter. I will highly recommend for you to build a following on YouTube or on Instagram, because that's organic growth. It's easier to grow, and then you link them up to your Twitter to grow a following there. That's what I will recommend. That's what I'm kind of doing right now. So yeah, if you want to follow my Twitter, it's down below, as I said. But yeah, I highly recommend you start a Twitter account. First, because nearly everybody has Twitter. Everybody knows that to get freelancers, they need to go to Twitter, and Twitter keyword research, that's the main point of having a Twitter account. So that's why I highly recommend having a Twitter. So yeah, step number 1, just have a Twitter. Well, step number 1, social media number 1, just have a Twitter, and just post your best work on there. Construct your tweets in a very smart way, so logo design for this person, and just explain the concept a little bit, and should I do add someone next. So that's the way I do it. So yeah, if you want to do that, that's 100% up to you. But on Twitter is a very important thing, not to just have hashtags, but to tag people. So when you do a design, for example, for a client or just portfolio work for a popular YouTuber, just tag them in the photo. When you attach an image, down there it says who's in this photo. Just put the YouTuber that you made the logo for, and that will definitely get you exposure, and we'll have more options to see it. The second social media I got is Instagram. Now, Instagram is a pretty easy way to grow, an easy way to grow followers, because you can grow organically. There's various methods you can just grow organically, and there's just tons of them. There's hashtags, there is tags, like tagging at least 20 people. There's hashtags on bio, the 180 cent strategy. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that you can do to grow organically on Instagram, which makes it easier to grow an audience on Instagram. But I do recommend you're not like a Instagram guy, because if you look at the top 5 most followed Instagram accounts, which are like people, not like companies, they're not focused on Instagram. They're not Instagrammers. They are soccer players, they are models, they are singers. So don't try to be a Instagrammer. Build up, for example, a graphic designer. Don't be an Instagrammer. So like, be a model, not an Instagrammer, or be a soccer player, not an Instagrammer. So that's what I will recommend, because they see, okay, so this guy is someone. It's not just whoever on Instagram. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is to post your caption better than Twitter, like more elaborate, because you do have more characters, so you can add more hashtags. I recommend for you to use at least 5 to 10. I wouldn't recommend to pass 10, because you don't want to spam your caption unless you're doing it in the comments, which I don't know why you would do that. But just keep it short. Don't put like 30 hashtags in the caption, because it will just be like a block of blue text, and instead of liking the picture, they will be too focused on that blue thing, and they will click there instead. So that's not something you want to happen, right? But yeah, mostly Instagram is a good social media, because many people have Instagram. I think 1 billion active users and stuff, and most YouTubers have Instagram. And some of them, like 100K, that we're talking about on how to build a portfolio video, who you should design for, they have like 3,000 to 5,000 Instagram followers, so they don't have blown up mentions. And that's what happened to me. Remember the thing I did, the banner I did on the last video I talked about, a banner for FNG, a FIFA YouTuber. I posted it on Instagram, and then he started following me, which was highly, like, I was hyped up because it's my favorite YouTuber and stuff. But the thing is, with Instagram you can get closer to people, I'd say, because you can DM anyone. There's not like a restriction. There's not something you can turn on and off for people to DM you. It just goes to your request, and it will still be there. It will be one request to request to request, and it's just better to communicate. Well, it's not better, because you cannot communicate in your computer. You can only communicate in your phone, and you're actually designing on your computer, unless you do some mobile designing, which I don't know why. But yeah, so mostly Twitter is good for communication, because it's in the computer. Like, you can just swipe if you're on a Mac, or have 2 monitors, if you are that kind of guy. You can have 2 monitors, you can have Twitter there and Instagram here. So yeah, I would recommend Twitter for communicating, but of course you can post your work on Instagram. Instagram is a great place, more hashtags, more organic growth, and you can just grow a following faster because of the discover page. And most people go to the discovery page when they're bored or something. Some people go to the discovery page, and no one really goes to the Twitter discovery page unless they're 40 years old and want to know news. So yeah, it's just my point of view of it. I will mostly focus on growing a Twitter following, and it's really hard to grow a Twitter following, but I will mostly focus there, and if you do everything right, then you should be able to do so. But an Instagram following is nice to have, because, you know, likes and stuff, and people can recommend to you with 2 clicks. So I have an Instagram, and yeah, focus on growing organically. Don't buy any bots or anything, because it's really gonna harm your account at the end. So just grow organically on Instagram, grow organically on YouTube, and then link up to your Twitter. My last one would be Behance. Now, Behance, it's a graphic design only social media, which again, it's the best social media for designers, so you should have expected this. But mainly Behance is to share your portfolio, rather than just post every single logo you make. So my Behance portfolio, I just opened a Behance portfolio, so you can check that out. First link in the description. But mostly Behance is just to send your clients, when they say link me your portfolio, just behance.net/Sacoz, it's mine, just send that. And yeah, just construct your Behance in a very smart way. So if you go to mine and to many other people's, you realize that they have what they specialize on. So for example, logos, website, no, I have logos, website, UI, shoot design, whatever. I have logos, social media design, and advertisements. I'm willing to get into more designs, but those are the three that I right now do, and that I want to specialize in. So that's why I put them in a portfolio. So just, if you want a perfect example, not being biased or anything, just check out my Behance portfolio if you're looking for an example of how to do yours, because I think it's the best way to do so. I'm not saying that I invented it or anything. It's just how many people use it, and it just looks super clean, so you should do that as well. But yeah, mostly Behance. Don't worry about the project views or the followers or anything. That's your portfolio, and that's just for people to see, not to like, follow you, and comment on it. So yeah, just link up that Behance to your Twitter, to your YouTube, to your Instagram, to everything, and you should be okay. Well guys, that's been all. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if it helped you at all deciding what social medias to get more focused on, then drop a like in this video. My paypal.me link is in the description. It's kind of weird just asking for money, but yeah, if you want, you could do that. And yeah, just join my Discord server. It's lit. It's really lit. And remember to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SacozYT. And I'm out. Peace.